Hey, yo, what is up, my YouTubers? It's your boy, TheSuperRorio Eblen, back once again. That's right, along with me is Pikachu. You're right, buddy, Detective Pikachu here. And alright, my fans, now starts another episode of Detective Sherlock Jack and Detective Pikachu back on the case once again. That's right, and Mouse P High for Hire. That is right, my fans. So, if you haven't seen last episode, I recommend you do so, because here we are and here we go now. As you can see, we are now headed right back to the call, and are now ready for the next adventure. And so, as it turned out, we were then headed at Celery Row. It's a Celery Row. And right now, as to where we were going, we were getting inside and getting ready for the big newest boss to fight yet. And so far, nothing was around here so far. Not a soul in sight except for two coffins outside that reminded me of Bendy and the Ink Machine Chapter 2. Some of them which didn't look natural just to be standing there. And looked like nothing, alas, so far, was looking good.
Please, I didn't do nothing.
However, all of a sudden, and a person was scared and was frightened. It looked like the city had seen better days. So I
Please,
asked
don't hurt me,
the
officer. 'Twas just a little cheese stick on the sidewalk. I ain't done nothing wrong.
Easy, pal. I'm not a cop. What's got you so jumpy?
It's the question I asked him before he interrupted me. Both me and Detective Pikachu. Which, once again, I was acting good, cop. I calmed him down, but Pikachu, he was sometimes a little bit a bad cop. However, he was still kind-hearted and loved to him. So we interrogated him and asked him questions as to what was going on. And this is what he had to say.
Oh, them cops.
Which we were confused as we then asked.
Yeah, serve, protect, all that.
Yeah, hopefully he would understand. And Detective Pikachu did already, but for this mouse, something was off about him.
No. They're rounding us up. Wham! Paddy Wagon rolls in and then gone.
Paddy Wagon himself. The name did sound familiar, so we had to check it out and see where we were going to.
Gone. My buddy got nabbed for just being a shrew. Oh, okay, we've put up with that for years, but, word is, he didn't end up in a slammer. Just vanished.
Just like the great Donnell. Now we knew something was off, right? Pikachu, you could say that again, buddy.
Huh? Damn, indeed. Oh, you watch your back. I'm getting out of here. To the wetlands or anywhere, really. Anywhere but here.
I say you did, sir.
Looked like a cop, talked like a cop, but wasn't really a cop. What the hell is going on here?
Something was off and something was not right. So Detective Sherlock Jack Whittler and Detective Pikachu had to search, explore, and really see what the hell was going on. Since nothing was right about what they were seeing. And it really didn't look right either. As in right now, something off was going on. And something not cool either. As in now, what was going on looked at far beyond helping. Because now, all that they had to do was figure out what was going on and why this was happening. So, they decided to climb up and see what was in the apartment. which he did ask the question, but it turned out not a soul in sight. It's like a welcoming grave. No one was in the apartment mansion, nor nobody was. But those policemen, they did sound like a cop and walk and run like a cop. However, they looked at the exact opposite. Just like in that episode of Family Guy where an officer broke the blinker the cop ID badge by disrespecting the law and placed it a bag of weed in the car to arrest the guys. And then you know what the guy should then they should have kicked his ass and fight back. Which is why that stupid police officer, he looked he is so dumb and retarded that he didn't even know his ass from a crater, since I think he just had a short dick. Anyways, there we were. We were into the brewery bar, a place where you can have nice booze, lots of cheese, everything, except the problem was no one was home. Then we knew something was off, so we decided to save and see what would be next. Then, as soon as we got out,
The police blockade.
something was so amiss. Something was not right, and we were and get to the bottom of it, which however did work, because this big and humongous acid gun was really the key to help us. But sometimes there were new enemies to fight, like charging Russian bulls that were like big and humongous mouses. Houses that he didn't care nor give up on. By sometimes really focusing, it looked like the strong and big humongous ripped dude the movie called Jingle All the Way. I'll put the cookie down.
Holy moly, they work
Yeah,
more
something
like
like that,
mobsters.
you know. Bonus points if you knew who say that. But anyways, there we saw it. Police brutality. Do that to normal citizens, which that isn't right or cool. But then we saw art and comedy slack. When a metal beam or metal rod was above them, then more and more stuff kept happening. As in now, where we had to go was then right back in here. Which then we found more cheese and a secret of more good stuff, more others, and believe it or not, the police car sirens, which we knew something was amiss. But first things first was to check out and see what was back here. Unfortunately, nothing so far. And as we were looking around, nothing could be seen from here. No, not even a little bit. However, when we were
What the actual cheese stick? Is the whole district this nuts?
we looked around and there was something off and going on. And as we saw it, there was a whole lot of police brutality
I need answers
that
fast.
just wasn't right. This was not right. It reminded me. It reminded Detective Sherlock, Alert, and Detective Pikachu, the old the old the old segregation law that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. ended back when whites were not fair with blacks. Acts, but luckily we don't do that anymore. Thanks to his thanks to his heroism and honor that always helped out ever since his famous "I Have a Dream" speech. Because I still have a dream. Aimed at one day my brave little children will one day live in a nation. Well, they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the average of their character, and by the average of the courage. I have a dream today. And all of the of other stuff. That white boys and black boys will go to the same school together, and we'll to the same church is together. Will they will learn together? Will they will pray together? And will they will eat together at the same restaurants? And will they will meet each other too? I have a dream today. What his famous speech meant, and those words still inspire everyone and all of us here still to this day as we stand and as we speak. Even though he's not there anymore, I wish he were still alive to hear my speech of saying that, because all that matters is that Black Lives Matter, and I respect it too. As long as we accept and adjust and do not do the exact same mistake as we made years ago, all is fine. But there will soon be no more war where there is violence. No more war where there is harmony. No more war where there is hate. But only cartoon violence and TV. No more suffering. No more pain. No more actual violence. And even if there are some unfortunate days, I know it is not possible to stop violence, but sometimes there can be, just to take a little break. By sometimes finding secrets or finding other things. Like this, for example, of a newspaper article, which you fans can read, by the way. Just pause to read it. Anyways, as me and Detective Pikachu looked around the area, we wondered it would be found next in a store here, which appeared to be a lot of money, and a lot of money. And a lot of cheese cheddar of a cheese store, which looked like Jerry the Mountain. Jerry, the little mouse from Tom and Jerry, would love to be here one day. And it turned out now, as to where they were going, it turned it out now we were headed about the same direction, but we didn't want to do that. No, we wanted to go to the basketball course field. And so we explored and looked around, which, however, to our surprise, there were stuff that just weren't that just wasn't enough, nor or good or able check or go. So we had to follow the footprints. However, before we did that, it wasn't before checking out another locked room, which, however, to my surprise, so far went well. We ended up the door and found another secret. And it turned out, looked like, as if so far, one of the rooms had a big secret in them. However, we didn't know what it was, other than a dead Goofy. So when we kicked it open, nothing was so far good yet. However, there was an officer behind the door. Luckily, we got his back to the wall though, and we defeated him. And the note read as as we close off this episode. It said here, it's simple enough. Really mix Tarvaka, heavy as you like, and cola light as you please. Drop it in some bed or and slice or squeeze. Give it a stir. There you are. Oh, don't forget to bring along a pair of leather jeans without him. A clittery rose Zachary just doesn't count. It's like how I've learned it back in the Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge, and a big mind-blowing fact that Zach taught me that back then, cocaine used to be in coke back then, but not anymore. That was a mind-blowing thing that I've never known. Pikachu, baby? Yeah, you said it, buddy. No one has ever known until now. It was back in the 19th. But alright, my fans, well, as me and Detective Pikachu now close another case of this episode, I think that about does it for right now, so thank you all so much for watching, my fans. Make sure that you do everything that you can to make sure that my channel is complete, and smash the success as always. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. You can share it with your friends and family, and until next time, Shakta, game over now.